Hey everyone, it's Patty, back with another video. I'm going to make this card today, wishing you a blissful future. I'm going to use happy birthday on this card that I'm making now. And then I just have some leaves on the inside. So I use the floral essence, and it comes with a coordinating punch that punches out this flower. And if you put a couple of them together, you can make your flower. And then I used these really cool, they're floral center, perennial essence floral centers. So they have adhesive on the back, and you could just pop them up. And they're really pretty cool. I hope you could see them. They're fuzzy, so I like that. Let me go through some of the papers, because there's some really beautiful papers that come with this, well, that coordinate with it. There's a whole suite of products, and by now, if you're watching this, the new catalog is live, and this is new designer series paper in the catalog. I am doing a paper share. Time is running out on that, so you can go to my blog, pspapercrafts.com, and search on paper share if you want to do that. And a paper share is great. You get a 6x6 of all the new papers, and I'm also doing a ribbon share, and you'll get 2 yards of each of the new ribbons. But anyway, isn't this beautiful? It reminds me of a Van Gogh painting. So I love this as well. And I made a card with this. It's on yesterday's blog post. And this is it. And isn't it so pretty? It goes with crushed curry and blackberry bliss. And then I used this sentiment I just think is so gorgeous from Woven Heirlooms. I love these. And then I used the dye from Wild Rose. So go check it out. I just think this is so pretty. And so that's this one. And I love the other side of it as well. So you get two of each, and this way you can use both sides, because some of these papers are just hard to pick a side. So this is the other side of this sheet, and we're using this on today's card, which is under here. So I just have a 3x3 square of it. I hate to cover it up so much, but I think it's really pretty. So these two, and then these, I love the colors of them. So these go together, the other side of this. And then we have these. I love this color. I'm into greens, but these are just so pretty. And then these. So these are these two. And then we have these two. And look at how fun and bright and cheery that is. And then the name of it is Perennial Essence Designer Series Paper. Sorry, I dropped a piece. And as usual, the label tells you all the different colors that coordinate. So it makes it really easy to pick your cardstock. So like on this card, it said it goes with blackberry bliss and crushed curry. So I use those matches perfectly. Just makes it easy. That's the one thing I love about Stampin' Up. Everything coordinates, ribbons, papers, all kinds of things. So it really works out well. I did use this stamp, and this is my sentiment, but again, I'm going to make a different sentiment on the next card, the one that I'm making today. So I have all my pieces all cut out, and the first thing I'm going to do is emboss with this embossing folder. This is the layered leaves, and this is one of the thick ones, so you only need one plate. So I'm going to step away. I'm going to put my card in here, my cardstock, and I'm going to just step away for a minute and run this through, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, and I'll open this up, and I think both sides of this is pretty. So you can use the embossed or the debossed, whichever one you like. Okay, and let's do our stamping, and then we'll put things together. So it's a pretty easy card. We're going to stamp our happy birthday, and I took the happy birthday from the Itty Bitty Birthday Greetings. This one, I have it mounted already, but it has some nice birthday greetings, so I'm happy with that. And I'm going to use Mossy Meadow ink, and that's the color of the cardstock background layer. So that makes it nice to coordinate. So let's do happy birthday. And this is, I think it's 3/4 and then by 3.5 or something. And I'm going to cut it down to make it the right size. So I'm going to use my Banner Triple Punch. And this you can fit different size papers in, but I always just turn it upside down and just feed in. And I like to see where the sentiment is, so I know it's pretty long. Oh, perfect. And then I will feed this one in as well. And if I need to cut it down a little bit, because I want it to be about the same length, but I want to show a border, if that makes sense. So what I want to do is have this line up this way. So I'll line it up and then I'll cut it. Okay, so that's done. And then we want to stamp on scrap. I'm going to use crushed curry and do these flowers, and I'm going to stamp them 4 times. So this is from this stamp right here, and I'm going to use my crushed curry. So let's put this aside and open this up. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp it this way so that I know I can feed it through my punch very easily. And let's see if we can get 4 across. So I need 2 for each flower. I don't think I'll make it, but I'll just rotate it this way and get it this way. Okay, so let's put this away, and then we'll just go through and punch it with this handy dandy punch. So these are locked so that they stay flat, and if you just push this, it unlocks. And I like to really feed it this way, and I like to kind of make sure it looks good, and before punching it, I hold it down and really give it a final check and then punch. And let's put them together. I'm going to use glue dots to put them together. So I'm just going to put a glue dot behind the one circle and just twist it a little bit to make a flower. Very simple. So let's do, I have glue dots exposed here. And we'll do that again. Okay, so we have those done. And then let's see, on the inside, I just did a couple of leaves. I did these in Old Olive, and I just stamped them and then stamped them a second time without re-inking, just to give it a little bit of couple of colors, light and dark. So let's move these aside, and then I think we're done with our stamping. So I'm just going to stamp it, and then I want to lift it up and move it, but I don't know if you can see there's this line there. So I'm going to just stamp it here, stamp it again. Sometimes if you go off the paper, it gives it a funny line. So let me just show you. So if I were, oops, I want to go over here. So I'm going to go here. And see, when I stamp this, you get this line here. So I'm going to stamp it off again and do this again. All right, so we're done with that one. And now we can put everything together. So we're going to put this on the inside. We'll wait on that. We're going to adhere the leaves to the crushed curry. And as I said, you can do either side. I'm going to have the emboss come up, and I'm going to use my liquid glue. I like to use liquid glue, that's my favorite, but especially when I have embossed images, because it really gets in all of the different, you know, I call them nooks and crannies, but because there's a deep and a higher part, sometimes it's hard to get your adhesive in there. And the liquid goes right in there. And then we'll put this on the card base. Okay. Just make sure it's centered. All right, and I'm going to adhere these together, and then I may cut the whole end off. I'm going to just see how I place it to see how long it is. Sometimes you just kind of have to play with it, and your cards may not always have everything placed in the same exact place. I kind of eyeball things. And let's put this on the inside just to get it out of the way. So I hope you've had a chance to look at the catalog either online. You can see it online at my my website, pspapercrafts.com. You can ask me and I'll send you, if you email me, Patty@pspapercrafts, or leave a comment here, I will send you a catalog if you don't have one already. They're really beautiful, all the new products. So on this one, I'm going to adhere this over. So I'm going to put glue just in the middle of this. I hate to cover up this page, this side, but gotta do it. So let's get this and just get it centered. Kind of press it down here. Okay, and then this is going to go here, and I have this coming out, and then I have these up here. I wanted to cover the edge of this, and now this sentiment is a little bit shorter than the last sentiment, so just to kind of get an idea of where I want things. I think that looks good. And the one thing that, let me do the leaves. So I did do the leaves in the vellum. And let me show you the vellum. Forgot to show you that. So there's vellum that coordinates as well. And this is called Perennial Essence Vellum cardstock. And it's really a little bit heftier than some of the other vellums. So you get the 3 colors. Let me just show you. These are, I think it's petal pink. It doesn't say. I think it's petal pink and old olive and the crushed curry. But I'll have it on my blog, or if you look at the product. So I use this to do this background, and then I use this for the leaves. So let me do that. And I have this leaf punch, and I'm just going to cut out 2 of them before I cut it too close, so I had to cut out another one when I made this last card. So let's get these, because then I want to just show you, you have to get the leaf attached before you put your sentiment down, because I had a little bit of a struggle with that when I was making this card. Okay. This is just so pretty. I love it. Okay, so we want this sentiment to be over this, and we want this behind there. So what I would do is I'm going to just adhere this, because I had put the sentiment down the last time, and then I had to figure out how to get this on it. So I don't want to have that trouble again. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on here. Sometimes you have to shake it a little bit and get this placed here. Okay, and then let's put this down. And again, I'm going to not go out to the edges of the vellum, just the edges of the designer series paper and the whole back, but not all the way out on the vellum. I kind of like it when vellum is a little bit loose. And backing it with the white really brightens it up a little bit too. So I like that. So let's I think we're good with this. Let me just cut the edge of this. just in case. It's probably going to be hidden, but just in case. And then let's put some adhesive on this. You could pop it up if you wanted to, but I feel like there's a lot of layers on this card, so I was just going to leave it. Okay, and then for the flowers, what I did was I took some of the glue dots again, and I put a bunch of them down. I wanted to make sure it stuck good, so I put one in the center, and then I tried to get close around the center, not out on the petals, but close to the center. And let me do one more over here. To see, I did just a few of them. And now I'm stuck to them. There we go. So let's see. I think that's good. And I'll do the same thing with this one. I have this one hanging out, or these couple hanging out on the edge. Usually I cut the edge of this as they go down the roll, and for some reason they're hanging out there. Okay, so let's do a few more just to make sure it sticks good. All right, and let's get this other leaf and just kind of let me put a little glue on it, and then we'll shove it in there. I'm going to put glue on both sides of this, just on the stem. And this vellum does have two different sides, so I think this is the darker side. I don't know if you can tell on the camera, but and I'm just going to lift this up. I guess I put the glue dots out a little bit far. Oh. Okay. All right, so one last step is going to be to put these centers in the flowers. Aren't these so cool? I just think they're the best. They'd be good in the daisies too. There's a new daisy stamp, Daisy Lane, and I think these might fit. They might be too small, but I'll have to check it out. But for these flowers, they're perfect. Come on. All right. So these are the two cards. I think that paper is beautiful. I like the vellum, and these things are just so cool. So we've got wishing you a blissful future or happy birthday. Thanks for joining. Again, if you need a catalog, let me know. If you want to do the paper share, let me know. I appreciate your business and I appreciate your time. You take care. Bye.